All right, if you were like me, scenes and images from Stephen King's original Pet Sematary in 1989 still haunt you. And lucky for you, or maybe not so lucky, now exactly 30 years later, there is a new horror film out this week that is gearing up to do the same thing. This time, the film stars John Lithgow and Jason Clarke. They both join me this morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Harley.
Good morning.
All right, so the reviews for this, I've already seen that they're saying that this is the best Stephen King adaptation ever. What say you? Are you surprised by that reaction?
Well, surprised and delighted. I hadn't heard that quote, but I'm going to be quoting it often.
Yeah. So
it is, I have to say, I saw it 2 weeks ago, and it is a fantastic movie.
Well, and I'm going to be honest. So I told you before we got started, this was one of those movies when I was a kid that I saw. These images, some of them so horrific, they stay with you for decades afterwards. Are we going to get some of those same classic scenes that tend to stick? I mean, does it stay true to the original book and the movie?
It's very true to the original book, and there's and there's references to the movie as well in there for people that love the original movie as well. Kevin and Dennis did a fantastic job of just paying homage and working within the genre of horror. It's a great night out at the cinema. To see with a bunch of other people in the room is just a fantastic way to experience this. People screaming and yelling and laughing.
And Dennis Widmeyer and Kevin Kolsch are co-directors. They had the smart idea to set people up. People who do know the original will expect one thing and have their expectations upended over and over again. And of course, it works for people who've never seen the original at all, like me.
Why did they change, do you think? Because the original, it was a boy, and now they've changed kind of that main role to a daughter this time around. Why do you think the filmmakers did that?
Well, I think one thing is to make it a very different film from the other, but also in so many ways it really makes sense. I mean, Jason, you talked to that point. You're the one.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can't shoot a lot of this with a 3-year-old boy. You're going to end up with a doll. So having the young girl is at the point of having lost her pet and death coming into her life for the first time. It just seemed like a no-brainer, and I thought it was wonderful. There's a much more deep, real, connective relationship between Ellie, who played by Jatay wonderfully, and then Judd and myself and her mother and father. It just brings much more reality to it.
Yeah, this extraordinary girl, who is our sort of secret weapon. There are long, sustained scenes between father and daughter, mother and daughter, between Judd, this old man, who is very taken with this kid, and she's very captivated by him. It just gives you much, much more to emotionally connect with.
Well, and it's interesting, that you brought that up too, because I remember watching this as a kid, and now watching this, I'm a mom myself now with kids. I do feel like I can at least appreciate, I mean, this is truly Stephen King's, this is a horrific storyline that I think parents, I think they can see like the desperation of, wait, I can see why this may have been a good idea. Obviously it was not. But it's a truly brilliant storyline, I think now, with the new perspective of being a parent now.
Yeah, Stephen King, he finds the things that most terrify us, whether we admit it or not, starting with cats.
Yeah. I
mean, to the whole notion of bringing a cat back to life and having it different and feral. I mean, that's a brilliant way to sort of introduce a story about reanimation.
Yeah. Gentlemen, we're out of time. Thank you so much. You go ahead. You take that quote that it's the best Stephen King adaptation ever. You take it and run with it, all right?
I'm going to stitch it onto a sampler.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.